Previously on Telling Our Stories.
I would rather lose a woman to a woman than I would rather lose a woman to a man.
It's too much for me to personally keep up with. Can we go back to just being gay or straight?
One cousin was my best friend growing up.
Yeah.
And I see her in pictures and I get sad because she's not in my life anymore. But she made the decision, I didn't.
So I just want to jump right into it.
Are there similarities between racism that black folks often feel from white folks and homophobia that black queer people sometimes feel from some black people? Do you think white queer people choose their whiteness over their gayness for the sake of superiority?
Yes.
Absolutely. White privilege?
That's right. Do they still, yeah.
It trumps everything.
Oh, yes.
And it's a little worse with a gay. You get a little sting to it.
I agree.
Just a little sting to it.
You know, think about this too, like if you're white, how can you not?
But look at Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, I think she's a prime example. She's a staunch Republican.
Yeah. And a lot of trans women really didn't identify with Caitlyn because she still moved as a white man. I'll never forget, the question was, why don't gay men and women party together? And I remember this lady said, well, I don't like being called bitch. And y'all use the word too freely. But for me, I'm not really interested in straight men because y'all don't clean y'all ass well.
Oh my God.
If we're gonna keep it all the way 100.
Have you ever felt like you've been discriminated against by the black community as a whole?
There's discrimination even within our own community.
For sure.
People always say they won't date the bisexual, but they are always knocking on my door.
A lot of trans women didn't identify with Caitlyn because she still moved as a white man.
If you could go back to the beginning of your life, and if you could choose your sexuality, would you choose to be heterosexual?
This is going to get good.
I had this idea to do this conversation. I'm calling it Telling Our Stories,
A conversation with black queer men and women.
I wanted this conversation to be an opportunity for us to bridge the gap. We're not here to try to change anybody's mind. It's just a free-for-all conversation. There are no right or wrong answers. Do you think there's some movement where gay people are trying to turn out straight people?
I think that is a thing.
I'm not really interested in straight men because y'all don't clean y'all ass well.
Oh my God.
If we're gonna keep it all the way 100.
I was 12.
Was it consensual?
No. She throws me into the bathroom. That's when the situation happened.
A straight black person that's been shot or killed, the entire black community is expected to show up on the front lines. But when a black, queer person, trans, gay, whatever, is killed, the black community as a whole isn't necessarily showing up.
That's right.
Who playing with people's feelings in these days? They might kill you, your mama, you, your brother. They might take it out of your car. I just don't play with people because I don't want anybody to play with me.
Who will say your roommate? I'm like,
Oh, that's my husband. I would rather lose a woman to a woman than I would rather lose a woman to a man.
It's just who I am. Like, you accept people for who they are. And that's just it.
Telling Our Stories, a conversation with black queer men and women.
How did you feel after your first sexual experience?
It was painful.
I didn't ask you how did it feel physically. I meant on an emotional level. There's always a whore in the building.
Coming Monday, June 5th at 9 p.m., only on YouTube. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode.